Welcome back to M&Ds. Today, we're diving into a powerful and maybe even uncomfortable truth. Have you ever wondered why God's real name, Yahweh, seems to be hidden or replaced in today's culture? This isn't just a historical question.
It's a spiritual battle over identity, authority, and truth itself. The enemy knows that if you change a name, you can change a belief. And if you change a belief, you can change a whole generation. So why was God's real name, Yahweh, pushed aside? First, because the enemy fears the power in that name. The name Yahweh carries God's authority, his identity, and his covenant with his people. God himself declared in Exodus 3:15, "This is my name forever." The enemy didn't need to destroy the Bible, he just needed to distort it. By removing the name Yahweh, he tries to remove God's authority, his identity, and his distinction from all false gods. Second, religious traditions started to replace revelation. Over time, a fear developed around speaking God's name, with people thinking it was too holy to say out loud. What began as respect turned into restriction, and restriction eventually led to erasure. Scribes began substituting the sacred name YHWH with titles like Lord or Adonai. This human tradition then spread into English translations, church culture, and modern preaching. What God wanted known forever, man began to cover up. Third, our culture often prefers a generic God that can be reshaped. When you remove God's specific name, you can mold him into any image you want. He becomes a God of opinions instead of commands, a God who fits into culture instead of confronting it. But Yahweh is not a customizable God. He is the eternal, unchanging one, and his name declares his absolute identity. This leads to the fourth point. The name Yahweh separates the one true God from all false gods. In Isaiah 45, God says, "I am Yahweh, and there is no other." Culture hates this exclusive claim. It prefers the idea that all gods are the same or that all paths lead to truth. But the name Yahweh shatters that lie, exposing false religions and false systems. Fifth, hiding Yahweh's name also weakens the identity of Jesus or Yeshua. His name literally means Yahweh saves. This is the critical connection the enemy wants to break. If Yahweh is unknown, then Yeshua's true identity and authority become diluted. Finally, restoring God's name restores his authority. When you put the name Yahweh back where it belongs in Scripture, the Bible becomes sharper and clearer. Joshua 24:14 says, "Fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and truth." That's a command, not a suggestion. The world may want a softened gospel and a nameless God, but we are in a time where God is raising up voices to restore his name and his truth. Let the name of Yahweh be known again. Thanks for joining us on this journey.